approach, right, in terms of pacing compared to what we saw from them in Game 2, Trent. This time, you know, rather than play it fast and running down your lanes, they're ready to sort of sit back and rely on the Medusa to carry. What do you make of this? Do you think it's going to be able to do exactly that? Or do you think Team Bold can this time run over Ancient Tribe?
You're very musical, Owen. So, you know, they're like jazz, you see. Oh. We got some fast, we got some slow, you know. Okay, they're just they're gonna take it as it goes, right? We got Leshrak. He can go a little bit speedy, right? He's got that little rat-a-tat-tat, taking down some towers on the early end, but then you gotta slow it down a little bit, because in the corner, strumming on the base, it's Ricky, right? He's just waiting. Just wait until he gets that shard, and then he starts going. Then the guy plays out of his mind. You can't stop this guy from playing once he gets there. So there's some fast, some slow. Medusa's way on the back end. You know, mad chilling. There's a Pango 5 for Ancient Tribe. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. And Team Bald, I'm just never gonna forgive them for not giving us the third anti-mage of the DPC. Because come on, there's a Medusa and a Leshrak, and it's Gork. Like, guys.
I mean, that would have been pretty hype. But as it is, we of course ending the draft with the classic, the Weehaw Wind Ranger. He loves to play it, and we're going to get to see if it's still got that magic to it. There's a bit of a skirmish around the bouncy runes. This time, you know, Zip Zapper on the tusk, not able to get the shard block off onto LeBron. As we'll see some of these lanes take place. I mean, and with the setup this time around, we're getting a huge variety in heroes compared to what we've seen in the previous games. What are you most excited to see from this early game from both of these teams with the lane setups that we've got going?
Oh, easily it's Weehaw's ability, right? Because last game he just was completely vacant. He was totally absent, didn't see him at all. Yeah, that doesn't work on Tiny. And obviously this is probably his most comfortable hero, I guess. You know, we had a whole year of just the Weehaw TA or Wind Ranger, it felt like, where he was able to clutch it out near the end of, what was that, TI 9, and just like make things happen sort of out of nowhere at the end of that season. So hoping to relive a little bit of that magic here. As it's not a hero we get to see too much, but it's always, of course, nice to watch in the expert's hands. But she's also very volatile, all depending on if you're going to hit those shackle shots.
And do you think so? The confidence is justified from Team Bold, from Gorg in particular, when he slaps out that Bloodseeker very early on in the draft and says, "I don't care what you're going to pick. I want to play Bloodseeker. I'm in the mood. This is the hero that I'm going to be able to carry the game on."
I think if you're a carry player right now, it's a great hero when you're trying to help your other core players. And you're just trying to say, like, listen, I'll take Bloodseeker, just get it early, and then we'll, like, figure out better lanes for you. Because, obviously, you could probably say that maybe Weehaw and Zip Zapper felt kind of shafted last draft in terms of, like, their heroes. Because, you know, he ended up with the Brood. Doesn't seem like he's that comfortable in the hero. Weehaw on the Tiny in sort of a rough matchup versus the DP, where you're actually the one who can be dove into the tower in a lot of situations. So I'm hoping that Gork is essentially saying, I'll get mine. Let's just ensure that you guys get off to a decent start. And Bloodseeker is definitely a solid option for that here. Of course, though, as you're saying, that does mean they get the big counter matchup in the carry department, and that is going to be that Medusa who just wants to stand and deliver and doesn't really care so much if she's ruptured.
Bottom lane, LeBron. He's got a man. He's just got enough there to burst out with the swashbuckle. So was getting pretty low. And overall, do you sort of like the decision that Ancient Tribe made in terms of, you know, still having Melees play the core Enigma and then having this 5 Pango? Do you think there's a reason for that in terms of what they're against, or do you think this is just very much player preference to do the heroes this way around still?
I think Melees' items are going to be very important on the Enigma. I think a 5 Enigma would be pretty struggling this game. Like, what would he even build? I'm not, like, maybe an Urn? I don't know. It feels like there's not... If he goes for the mech, then it would have been kind of ugly for, like, the Pango's itemization on the off lane, because then he wouldn't be able to get that nice, like, aura build anyway. I feel like the lane would have been a bit harder, too, up against the tree. I think just, like, the spacing that the range hero of the Enigma is going to get, plus these Eidolons is going to make him way more comfortable. Look at him just, like, splitting the lane up here. It's also much, much easier for the Ricky, someone who sort of struggles a bit in the 4 role, if there's any sort of resistance, because he just doesn't offer a whole lot to his allies. I mean, the guy's not even taking his other skill point right now because they just don't have a whole lot to do. He's just biding his time till minute 15.
Mid-matchup so far, we do have MTD with the lead, 19 for 6 against the 13 and 1 of Weehaw. So solid start once again from MTD in the laning.
That's lovely. mean, these Leshrac players, whenever they like really win the lane, a lot of it comes down to like hitting a bunch of split earths in a row. I'm not really suspecting that it's going to work very well versus you know, his fellow ranged hero on the Wind Ranger. It's also going to be really hard to contest the runes too. That could get very annoying over time. Pablo's already at the bottom one too, so that water rune's gone. They have vision up top, knowing that there's no one else there, so Weehaw can pretty easily get to the top water rune instead. And MTD might be needing a TP from somebody here pretty soon. Go die, teammates.
It doesn't seem like either side lanes are going to have that situation, as both supports are looking pretty healthy right now for Ancient Tribe. So MTD will indeed have to just sort of hover around that mid on his own as he starts to run out the regen. We'll see where the odds here. I'm very much favouring Ancient Tribe, as provided to us here by our partner esportsbet.io.
Man, up to 3x there, eh? They're not feeling this draft, I guess, huh? They're not into the Bloodseeker first.
I guess not, but you know, as we know, team bot, this is something they love to do in terms of previous seasons. They'll always have these games where the Bloodseeker comes out early. And bottom lane, decent trap on little pleb with the shards, but he's still got a fair bit of mana to play with. Turn their attention over towards LeBron with the snowball, but not quite enough damage between these two to truly threaten them. At the least, they're very much making sure that little pleb doesn't have a super easy lane. He's not being kept that far behind, but he's definitely not having as explosive as a start as he did last game when he was on the drow in the lane. So LeBron trying to leap forward here with a shield crash. They might be able to turn on this. With the curse, swashbuckle back, but this time with the shards of the snowball. And bringing him low, pops the fairy fire. Pablo getting him with a few glaives, trying to get the kill, and he will find it. First blood for Pablo. Will die in return. Zipzapper trying to stand his ground against Little Pleb, but will opt against it. Pablo goes down, but at the end of the day, he'll be happy as he did get the +2 there.
Yeah, and we're going to hit 6 minutes here as up top. They're going to find Ricky camping the rune. Has to jump to the creeps, but the shackle is there. Friend's turn to foe. Oh, he still got him, though.
We'll see MTD see if we can get a trade out of this. Just going to attempt to chase down Bengen. See if we can do anything to stop MTD from getting a free kill. It doesn't look like it. As MTD will be able to take down Bengen in return. We are considering to sort of harass back MTD, but bold charges at the ready. MTD's more than fine. Overall, though, 6 minutes in, 1k gold lead. We'll have a quick DC here from Little Pleb.
Whoops. Yeah, he definitely needs that TP now. MTD already had to run all the way back home, so that gave a little bit of a break to Weehaw. He didn't end up missing too much, though, because he just pushed up the lane first, so it was pretty much fine. Just meant that there was no pressure on Weehaw at all, and so it was much easier to prep for that next rune. Has an arcane rune here, too, so with a Tusk as your offlaner, you could do something pretty sneaky here, potentially. You know, he's low on HP and mana, but you could actually still make a quick play, like run home, TP mid, get a kill. Definitely a viable strat here. And what kind of TP defenses do you have as Ancient Tribe, right? You have a Ricky and a Pango. So before level 6, they're not the most helpful supports to show up in your lane.
No sort of instant control or ways to reliably sort of stop your cores getting dove down. And that early aggression from Team Bold could be difficult for Ancient Tribe to deal with him. We do know with Team Bold's heroes, they'll certainly be able to bring that action. Lots of very active heroes ready to pop off, especially once those ults are hit.
Oh, internet died.
Oh no. He will use another. All right, that's handy that he's got another internet. Yeah, indeed, that is true. That is good advice there from Wee. Get yourself on the mobile data. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Dota 2 doesn't use that much bandwidth. I mean, Nokias are pretty reliable.
They're still kicking.
Don't know how good the internet speed is on those things. They still make those nowadays. I don't think they do they?
I'm sure. I mean, there's always a market.
Where are you watching? That's how it's done.
Wait, me.
I feel like I've only recently gotten to this this phase of the gargantuan smartphone. What's the deal, guys? Like, I upgraded from my old phone. I thought, you know, I just, why are they so big? They barely fit in your pocket now, guys. What's going on? How do women do it? They don't even have pockets. These phones are so massive.
I like the big phones, though. It's
I will
nice. You know,
say-
I'm getting me old. My eyes are going. You know, I need to have this nice big
that's true.
screen so I can like watch the Twitch streams and see. Especially when you're watching Dota and you can see all the little writing and things. You see the all chat. You know.
Yes,
You've
that
got to
was
be
a
able to read
massive
your chat.
improvement.
That's why you need the big screens on the big phones so you can.
I didn't realize how terrible it was watching videos on my phone considering how small it was. So that was a big plus.
Yeah.
Annoying in the pocket, but now that I have a TV that's much more reliable upon the old planes, it's quite a
You
bit
not got
nicer,
one of
I
those foldy phones. That's what they do nowadays, isn't it?
suppose. Ooh, I thought about it. No, I didn't get the foldy though.
Very
I'm not that
expensive.
cool.
Very expensive.
They scare me. Just
But they're
that
pretty
little bit of like
cool.
film screen. I'm worried. You know.
Well, yeah, I mean that is true. But there are quite a
My,
few generations in on them now. You know,
Well, I mean, my
pretty decent
first
kit.
phone did flip. You know, it was a Razor, so it was
That's
pretty
true.
Sick, you know,
yeah,
the
we're kind of going in
Motorola.
circles technologically.
Yeah, we're
Yeah. You know, these
All right,
brands
we got
now,
the
all this
4G
new
up,
flip
though.
phone. It's like, well, bro, I had that 15 years ago, maybe. I don't know. How long have that been around? A long time. Anyway, we're back in action. Apologies for the delay. Little Pleb's fixed his internet, or he's hooked up his Nokia, apparently. And he's ready to go. So let's see how it plays on.
I think he just gained like 18 armor from that.
There we go. That's true. You know, if there was a hero that was going to be like a Nokia, it's definitely a Farm Medusa. As bottom lane, back in action, as internet certainly working well. He gets one kill, and you know what? They might even get both.
Disarm,
Okay, Living
dude.
Armor's there. Pablo, he's going to turn, and he's got the power. Doesn't matter how tanky that Deucer is. I mean, the mana's run out. You're not going to be able to survive this. As Pablo does die, but he's walking away with another +2. So he'll tell you he's happy with that.
I respect the full commitment there from the Medusa. Just keep on fighting. Hope that there's more disarms, I guess, or that there would be enough. But unfortunately, there was not. So ends up falling, loses a little bit of int. But hey, you're out of regen. You had to come back fresh. It's not the worst situation.
I mean, if it all adds up, right? You know, in terms of losing a hero that loses int, you know that int is potential survivability on a Medusa. So that slowly diminishing mana pool may make the difference as the game goes on. It all adds up. Pablo, he's moved over to the mid lane. He's eyeing up some of the int of MTD now, as him and WEU will start to pressure the tower.
It's a little unusual. Oh, and they get got by the Ricky. Heaven just danced away. They got 3 heroes mid.
Gorg's had
Oh,
enough.
well.
He'll drop the rupture for this one.
Oh, to the
As
Roche.
He's not going to be able to make it. And WEU, he'll borrow the kill. Power shot from the side. He'll take that.
That's optimal right there, because then he gets involved, you know? Everybody gets some XP. He gets all the gold. Snowballing mid laner. Well done, well done. And Popo just continuing to be a silencer and hitting the mid tower at 8 minutes. Gotta love this. And they just don't really have a great answer, as you can see.
So if they can take down LeBron, I think they might be able to. Focus fires at the ready. I mean, this is why Pablo's hovering around the mid. I don't think he was in range, actually, for the +2 that time. Did he get +2? No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
No.
he didn't that time round. Feels bad. No int to be had there for him. Bengen, he's going to try and juke around the tree line, but looking pretty dead. MTD and Heaven will take him out. Meanwhile, the mid tower
Now,
continues to get pressure.
no Pleb, though? This ward they put up earlier spots him, but...
Yeah, Pablo's just charging towards him on the silencer. I mean, Pablo, he's a force to be reckoned with this game. This silencer is just going to come running at you in this early game.
I accept this offering.
He is looking for the brain drain right now. A nice deny on the obs as well. Denying that away from Heaven. And we got a 5. They're laning in the jungle now. The Medusa and the Pangolier together to fight some camps, so that's great. Joined by their mid, they're going to try and reclaim what's theirs, the bottom lane. But a lot of this falling back to the Pango and Ricky support duo, I would say, in terms of the inability to really do much about what's happening mid.
We'll see if Melez is able to do anything in terms of turnaround. How's the black hole? He wants to get involved. See in the mid. Very nice shackle shot there from the creep. We are able to set up beautifully onto MTD.
Oh, and this ward, it spots out LeBron. So part of the reason why Lesh is going down is LeBron TP top trying to make a play because he was level 6 early on the Pango before the tome. So he tries to go up there and find Gork, but a ward spots his rotation through just in time. Just to ensure there's no setup into a play there for Melees. As a punch will go into Little Pleb. But the top lane, you are losing that tower here, and you have a tree and protectors, so very, very likely they want to come up here and deal with this and defend here. Don't give this away for free.
Yeah, we saw what in Game 1, Team Bold put together some really impressive early defenses of their safe lane Tier 1 tower.
They might lose the... I don't know. This is a lot. There's a Pango roll, level 4 edicts, and level 4 Eidolons. I don't think they can actually save this.
No, it's a
I
big
think
push.
it's just gone.
And I'm going to put the fortify, of course. We'll see if they do bring anyone up here. Who do we have in the area? We've got, what, Gorg and Bengen. But, yeah, Gorg's already TP'd over towards mid. They're actually going to look to try and take down Little Pleb, or at least threaten him. Gorg not quite able to get in range for the rupture. A bit too deep under the tier 1 tower means they won't dive in for Little Pleb. Space is there indeed, though, for that top tower to go down. Team Bolt very much making the decision not to try and put together a defense against that incredible amount of push, as you say, Ancient Tribe do have at this point.
So now, if I'm Team Bald, my #1 goal is to secure the vision in this jungle, because I don't want that to happen in my top tier 2. And right now, they're going to get counter kill on the melee. It's just, he pushed a little too far here.
We'll happily pick that up, and this is going to put him very, very close to having the Maelstrom. And he is popping off. You see on the net worth right now, Weeha in that top spot. Exactly where he hopes to be when he gets his signature hero. And yeah, well on track for sort of this 12 minutes Maelstrom timing.
And speaking on track there, having already at 600 gold on the Ricky, so very likely he'll be able to take some of that space in the bottom lane as Team Ball took the tower, as they're just trying to secure the most important parts of the map for the Medusa right now, being the Ancients. They don't really care about the bottom tower. Heaven's going to want to use that dead lane to make sure that he has the shard in 15 minutes, as he steals another power rune away from Team Bald.
He's getting them all, and he's getting good ones as well. Earlier was a DD, now he's got an Arcane. Very nice to play around with the cooldowns of your constant jumping in and out as a Ricky. He's got eyes on Zip Zapper, trying to provide this information to buy time for the rest of the team to move over. We'll see a smoke coming out from the two of Team Bald. See if Zip Zapper can survive through this. They'll catch him in the cloud, but not completely. Doesn't matter, though. Still not able to find the option to get a snowball off to buy any sort of time as LeBron comes crashing in with the Rolling Thunder, and they'll take down the Tusk.
Top lane, though, Melee's. Again, exact same situation.
It's a black hole to buy sometime, but the global will be popped to put a stop to it. Make sure that Weeha and Bengen not only get the kill on the Enigma, but indeed black hole is, unfortunately for Melee's, put to waste.
Ooh, and they got the Lance of Pursuit as well here for the Wind Ranger. It's always a fun one. And a smoke comes out here from the Radiant, though. As, well, Low Pleb gets smoked up and says, no, thank you. I'm busy. They're going to send out MTD and LeBron. We haven't talked about LeBron, though. Well, I guess we'll have to wait, though, because this looks like this could be bad for the Radiant.
This is looking a bit of a tough spot. But as it was, LeBron not going to get caught on by the shackle shot.
Good.
So, able to get out. If that hits, he's 100% dead. So, Ancient Tribe, whilst they're not able to find some of the action they were hunting for, there were the two of them. It doesn't cost them anything, the failed attempt.
It feels like a little bit of a more reliable version of LeBron's Brewmaster in the 5 position. As he's played that before several times. But this idea of a 5 that, once you just get the levels, the ulti can be really powerful, no matter what your itemization is at that point, as you've already seen. So, it's a pretty cool concept. The best part, though, of course, is the cooldown, because it's only going to be 80 seconds right now on the Pangolier. Sure, it doesn't last as long, but honestly, 5 Brewmaster, you get like a couple spells out, and then it can... You don't have a Blink Dagger, so you need the extra time just to get into the middle of the fight, which the Pango roll helps to fix, as they run right into MTD. They need the shackle, though.
They're going pretty deep, and he's got the Yules to make sure the shackle doesn't lapse. They'll drop the Nature's Grasp and also the ult to lock him down in position, and Weeha at this stage with a focus fire easily has the damage to take down MTD. See LeBron and Heaven playing for the counterplay, trying to go in with the Rolling Thunder, but now that they see the 4 members of Team Bolt, they're backing off. Heaven, he's not going to get the chance to. Zip Zapper in with the snowball, the punch up, sets up for Weeha to get the double.
Well, exactly the kind of pressure that you need right now. Mobleb still feeling confident enough to hang out under this tower right now, but you gotta imagine it's maybe stressing out some of your teammates at the moment.
Team Bold getting that exact sort of level of lead that you'd expect them to need to hit when they're running these sort of heroes against this Medusa lineup.
This defense feels so fake. Like, is this a real defense from Ancient Tribe? Like, can they actually hold this? Because, like, there's no black hole. There's no roll from Pango. But they're going to respect it either way right now. And the most important thing is that it is past 15 minutes. All right, the defense is in. The shard is there on Ricky. You actually have to watch out now because there is going to be the follow-up Split Earth.
But look at this from Team Bold. They're going to be able to find their way all the way towards Melez. They get on top of the Enigma. They'll take him out at the start of the fight. Pablo is caught pretty far forward, though, in the action as Heaven, LeBron, and MTD collapse upon him.
Oh, what a shackle.
Further backups here, though, from Team Bold. Shackle from Weehaw onto the two of them. Sets up for the Blood Right Silence here onto both Heaven and MTD. Heaven gets taken down. Little Pleb pops the Stone Gauge, tries to head in. So the Global Silence used by Pablo, forcing the side of Ancient Tribe to start backing off. But Weehaw, he's able to run them down. Focus Fire continues to pummel into Little Pleb. They take down a third hero here, Team Bold. See, Ancient Tribe now underneath their tier 2 tower. Is there really much they can do about the tier 1 going down? They've got the fortification back up. With a big creep wave coming forward and 2 heroes down, Ancient Tribe, they'll have to let this one fall.
Oh, I love buyback global. Such a powerful tool on this hero when you're playing support. 4 or 5, doesn't matter. It's just, you know, you kill me, I'm still going to get it off. It's the most important fight at that time, and it certainly was, in this case, for Team Bald. Just knowing that there wasn't that much to defend here. Coming up from Ancient Tribe, they've seen that one little bit as they went for the turn. But there's the dart first. No cares, though, as there is a sentry on the ground there. Also spotting this Radiant Aug, which is going to go down.
We'll see Weehaw. Look at him just running in, looking to seize any opportunity to set up with a shackle. As very much making up for the rough game that he had in Game 2. 8.5k net worth. He is storming ahead this match as the mid-win ranger.
And they're just trying to hold the line. Like, please, Medusa farm. We need you to get huge.
Let's see if they can take this opportunity to go on Bengen, but Bengen's got backup. Snowborn from Zip Zapper, he's able to make his way over the cloud, gets the punch up, but LeBron turns with the Rolling Thunder. Overgrowth holds back the Pango for it. In fact, just allows Pablo to beat into him. They do lose LeBron in return there for Zip Zapper. Pablo able to pick up a +2 from that trade. So a lot of focus from really both teams around this mid lane. Gorg has started to back off. He's back to farming around the triangle.
Dart setup.
So if they've got enough damage here with the output of MTD, but still Pablo and Bengen by the side of Weehaw means that MTD cannot risk trying to push for that kill on Weehaw. It's just not a target he can take down when they're outnumbered at this stage. With the lead, you know, very much being built up by Team Bold. We'll see Gorg going for the BKB next. And once he has that complete, he'll be ready to charge into the action. And these are not going to be safe fights necessarily for Little Pleb to turn up to. You know, Ancient Tribe, they're going to have to get through some rough times if they want to push this game to the point where this Medusa will have the chance of taking over.
Yeah, it's going to be really important for, again, the supports, really, from Ancient Tribe to try and get on the map. Try and be just nuisances. They don't need to get kills right now. They just need to start throwing around these darts. One of the more painful things is that it's constantly MTD who's moving around with the Ricky because he's the only one who has the big damage to follow up and get these kills. And he's currently, I mean, he was the top net worth on the team, but he is going to keep falling a little bit if they don't secure a bunch of kills.
This could be a nice kill. They're going to find Gorg. Setups there, and from MTD, they'll certainly have the damage to take him out. Gorg completely on his own in that area. We're seeing if he could get away with farming in such a position, but Ancient Tribe, they knew he'd be down here.
Well, it's such a, like, crucial part of the game right now because this timing of when the shard comes out between when the BKBs are going to be there, you know, it's going to take a little bit here. As though they will. Oh, it actually goes through the trees.
Oh, look at that latch there. Yeah. We are actually able to catch MTD off the back of that one as well, but MTD will still manage to walk away. You got to watch out for these angles. You know, Weehaw very much always manages to hit them.
I guess they were all down there already, huh? That's pretty convenient. Although it does prioritize heroes anyway, I suppose. So if you're there, it's going to get you.
We've got BKB now on its way out for Weehaw, so he's going to be incredibly tricky to trap if you're Ancient Tribe looking to take this Wind Ranger out of a team fight. Weehar's always going to be able to play his hand. We'll see over towards the secret shop. They're going to be able to spot out Little Pleb. Shackle shots there with the setup. They get the punch up. They're burning his mana down low. He's not able to get the Stone Gaze off. Overgrowth from Brengan holds him in position as Team Bold take down Little Pleb. So they can turn for more. They've got the back of MTD coming in. Good stuff from the high ground. He'll be able to catch out Weehaw. There's a big kill in return there. Taken down by Ancient Tribe. And now with the charge over towards Pablo, they'll clean up 2 members of Team Bold. Striking there from the high ground and catching Weehaw by surprise with that stun.
actually crazy they just found 3 kills here in this situation because they got the kill onto Gork down bottom right before his BKB, right? He's about to have in a couple hundred gold. The BKB was done from Weehaw, but not yet delivered. And they managed to get a kill on him that they only get because of no BKB. And Tusk's BKB had actually just arrived, but Zipzap didn't get a chance to pop it in that fight because it just wasn't really going to be beneficial at that point. They had already turned in favor of Ancient Tribe. So they kind of won multiple engagements. They really had no right winning if they just were a few seconds off. And again, it's just this crucial timing of what these 4 heroes, and honestly mostly 3 heroes, being Pango, Ricky, and Leshrac, have to do to try and get Medusa and Enigma into this game. And this has all happened before there's been a Roche prioritization here from Team Bald. So that fight is still up in the air here. I mean, again, Team Ball just feels so much stronger right now because of these BKB timings, but if they don't succeed in their fights with the BKB timings, that's how this game is going to flip back in Ancient Tribe's favor. Particularly if Enigma just, hits something crazy based off of the chaos that LeBron is trying to sow with his Rolling Thunder alongside these smoke screens here from Heaven.
Manta now done on Little Pleb, so we'll at least have that chance of getting away. If Team Ball find the chance to sort of lead in onto the Medusa at the beginning of a fight.
They're going to try a setup here onto Gork. But again,
Same time, we are going to try for the setup onto Little Pleb. In with the BKBs, focus fire as well. This will leave no chance for Little Pleb to survive. As indeed the trade between the carries occurs. Over in the triangle of Team Bold's half of the map, Heaven and MTD were indeed able to take the Bloodseeker out in return. So both carries going down.
Yeah, he tried to hold his BKB. Maybe, I'm not sure if it was just because there was already a haste on the Leshrac. So he might have just been thinking, like, I'm dead no matter what, because he's just going to run me down, which is fair enough. But he tried it at the end anyway, so a little bit of a nice pickup there for Ancient Tribe. As Heaven continues to sit.
Oh, yeah, he's chilling.
Right there. I mean, he's like, hey, if my ward's up, there's no detection, right? So I'm just going to hang out here for a little bit.
Well, DD in the bottle for We Are. That will make his next focus fire target have very little chance of surviving.
Oh, Zip Zapper? Maybe could go down here if MTD wants to move over. They're not feeling confident. He's making the call. Heaven wants it. Oh, but Gork's back with no BKB. Leshrac, run!
I mean, if they can pounce on Gorg with the 30-second window where there's no BKB, that would be pretty huge, but difficult whilst there is at least the backup of Zip Zapper by Gorg's side.
Yeah.
Not as easy for him to step in.
Heaven's just scouting instead. He's like using that ward plus his own body to ensure that even if they like smoke through, he's going to be able to stop that, because right now they're trying to get the Aghanims on MTD to get that nihilism. That's going to be their comeback maneuver here in these team fights.
Absolutely.
Not something we get to see very often anymore.
Now they're buying their time. Team Bold, and they're going to step towards the next objective, push towards the Roshan. They're into the pit. And they'll take it very, very quickly with the DD and the focus fire. There's a smoke up from Ancient Tribe, but they won't make it over in time. Team Bold, they'll pick up the Aegis on Gorg. And the question is if Ancient Tribe still want to try and take a fight off the back of this smoke. Now look for the dart onto Weeheart. He's thinking about going down, but in fact, Zipzap is going to go straight up towards him. Rolls up with the snowball, punch up onto Heaven. There's the shackle from Weeheart. He's locked down MTD. Gorg moves in with the BKB. Yule's up though, he's staying alive. See Melee step in, and there's the black hole onto Gorg, but the global comes out just in time. Gorg still falls to once though. That's the Aegis gone and out of his hands. There'll be a buyback coming in from Zip Zapper. Further control onto Gorg, but Gorg's ready to turn. He lays down the blob right, the silence. It's going to clip onto all 3 of them. Zip Zapper punch up onto MTD. MTD goes down, and now they can turn towards Little Pleb. Shackle shots there from We Are, latching him onto the creeps. This is going to be Little Pleb surely going down. The smoke screen put in place to try and give him some sort of safety, but it's not going to be enough to save him, as it's 3 dead on Ancient Tribe. Team Bold, they take the team fight.
Oh, so close there as well for Ancient Tribe. You can just feel like maybe this is our chance right now to get back into this game, despite it being after the Aegis. But the failure to stun immediately after on the Aegis, Bloodseeker gets away. I mean, even if he dies, right, at that point, it's probably that the rest of them can turn around and get things going anyway. But it was on a knife's edge here, as you can see. And even the beginning, it looked kind of bad, right? You throw a dart, sort of baits this fight from the DD Wind Ranger. But the BKB was popped early enough from Zip Zapper that he actually does end up suffering. LeBron goes down, forces the BKB onto Weehaw, but it's already a little bit late there. And they get their cleanup. That part was great. The black hole, also great. But it's just the miss there on the revive that was pretty punishing. As the Split Earth is just like a fraction too early. Oh,
you're right as well, yeah. Definitely would have had a chance of making the difference. Could have certainly been a dead Bloodseeker. As it wasn't, they gave the chance for Gorg to to be able to have the opportunity to sort of just survive, and the rest of the team have that just sort of space to just focus in on the Medusa and take down Little Pleb.
Yeah, I think at that point, though, probably wouldn't matter. I don't think Gork really contributed much after anyway. And Leshrac was also just really close game back into the Bloodstone again. He just needed like 5 more seconds. That pops back up. That's the turn that you're hoping for. But I would say that overall, Ancient Tribe probably happy with that situation simply because they didn't get a big win off of the Aegis. They didn't get any time to take over the map with the Aegis where you're like putting some fear into the Radiant. That's going to help keep Little Pleb out on the map. Because if they have Aegis right now, he might not be able to be in this area farming up the Ancients. And they're just going to continue to be this bodyguard troop hanging out around him to protect this Medusa, keep him farmed, as Ricky and Tree have a battle of scouting between the two of them.
See around the mid, you can feel it. WEU is hungry to go for some sort of lead-in. Got the sentry down, yeah, they have eyes on heaven if he steps across the lane, but Ancient Tribe, they'll keep themselves around their triangle.
But the Wind Run is out. The Aghanim Scepter here on our Wind Rangers, so... We have the increased slow, the blind, grants invisibility. We'll see how that can impact what Little Pleb's doing. Obviously, any sort of missed chance is really bad for Medusa since she's hitting so many people.
As TP out, won't do any chances there for Melez. As a Shackle at the ready, another kill to be found. I mean, elsewhere they do lose Pablo. And Team Bold, you know, it is still just a 2k gold lead, so definitely still that concern for them in regards to if they do have a bad team fight where Little Pleb gets the cleanup, then things become very, very hard for them. It feels if they do start to fall behind. Top lane, though, he's got the opening onto MTD. MTD was attempting to push this out, has the Nihilism to protect him momentarily against the focus fire, but it will come to an end. Zip Zapper's in with the BKB, punch up onto MTD. The focus fire from WEU continues, and MTD gets taken out.
Well, a bit much there to still be up at that point, that's for sure. Those kind of kills you really can't give away right now. I mean, you are making space, you're helping Little Pleb farm. That part's great, but...
I mean, look at this. He's already straight away looking for more. He's then into the triangle. Little Pleb and LeBron will be able to back out in time. But we are all over the place and continue to have a fantastic game. 13-1-4 on the Wind Ranger so far.
And, of course, invisible while he's doing this as well, so... Have to be very cautious. You can't really see it. It doesn't look like it when you're looking at it, but he is invisible right now.
Ancient Tribe playing full defensive. They have got the ults up. Black Hole's ready to use, but as we're seeing pretty much every single time, Pablo will be holding back on the global for that exact sort of situation of Melez trying to drop his ultimate.
It's very reminiscent of Game 1, where they had a lead with Ancient Tribes strapped with the Templar Assassin, but there was a Spectre. And even though they were behind on gold, you just knew that if this stays the same, eventually... Right, the Spectre, it wasn't going to care about any sort of a gold lead. Being even is not great for a Templar Assassin in that matchup. It's the same thing here. It's like, eventually, if they don't progress on the map, if they don't get that tower taking, if the Medusa catches back up, she will be the queen of this game. But, you know, you have to ensure that you're not dropping these heroes on the side lanes for that to occur.
We'll go a Blink Dagger on WEU. Little Pleb he's got what Scardy coming on towards him. Look at what Blink on MTD. Scardy's done a Little Pleb, so big items coming out, and straight away Ancient Tribe, they want to look to put them to use. The smoke up's in place. Heaven. So look for the setup onto WEU. We'll see if they can chain lock him down. They get the silence. WEU will pop the BKB in response. Turns over towards the Pango with the focus fire. Overgrowth holding him in position as LeBron taken down. Out of the fight first of all. Little Pleb also falling low. Will manage to get the stone gate down. He turns towards Gorg. They manage to catch him. They've frozen him in position. Gorg will fall. Caught by the stone gaze there, and at a point where he hadn't already got the BKB off, where maybe if the BKB was off in time and he gets frozen in position still, of course, they might not have had the damage to take him out, but as it was, he couldn't get it off and he goes down.
What? This is kind of crazy, though. Look at WEU trying to abuse this.
Oh, he's going for more, and he's in. Quick blink, gets the catch onto Melez. WEU making sure that the game still stays in Team Bold's hands for now.
That is such a WEU maneuver, right? Like losing a fight, or losing your big core, and just wants to keep using his low cooldowns to keep fighting right now. I mean, that's back up every 30 seconds. He just wants to stay engaged on the map. He is the -3 second wind run cooldown from the 15 talent as well, so it's just constant spam here. He gets 3 seconds up, 6 seconds invis.
Oh. Oh! It was
One
a steady
tree, you
run
know?
as well if you can go for it. He's just going to jump in aggressively to look to take out Heaven with the focus fire and the shards from Zip Zap, but that will finish it. CMTD, quick yours into the blink out.
Ooh.
Good evasive maneuvers there. If he did get caught in that shard, there's certainly a chance they would have been able to take him down as well, Team Bold. As Team Bold, they continue to play very, very fast here. I mean, WeHa indeed in particular, as we saw, game 2, as I say, it was a rough, tiny game from him. But this game 3, he's popping off, Trent. Yep.
And the hope, though, for Ancient Tribe is that Lil Pleb Scotty into MKB will be sort of just the front line. She's just going to stand there. Nice Manta. Easy peasy. Not going to get caught out by this crazy Wind Ranger. And, of course, you can cast your spells while you're invis, too. So you can really get caught out by these shackles.
Yeah, they've got to be fully prepared with the detection laid down. I mean, both sides, of course, going to be playing very heavy on the sentry game. Team Bold having this Wind Ranger run around, and, of course, Ancient Tribe having Heaven as the Ricky, looking for these sleep dart setups.
One thing that they've achieved from the Dire, though, is this really deep ward from Bengen. This is something that both Ricky and Tree are probably two of the best heroes in the game at. But I always love these near-the-base wards. They're incredibly powerful. They spot couriers the whole time. They let you know where people are moving just based off of couriers. It ruins tons of smokes. They're just broken. So that is really helping them get the most out of the map right now in terms of farm. They understand that there's a ton of heroes that are just walking around trying to protect Lil Pleb at the moment. And so they're able to spread out a little bit here as they're farming.
And you're a fan of this as well, Pablo, trying to get the refresher online as soon as he can. He's pretty close to it.
That's the Slacks right there. I mean, Slacks would never buy a Veil. I don't even think he knows that item exists, but, the refresher, it's amazing when you get there. It's just a long road, but it's a little bit easier when he's been getting that space. And it might be ready for the Roche fight. If we can just drag this out a little while longer. He is almost there. Team's giving him the farm right now. They're letting him have some camps. Can they lose a fight with double global?
Double global does feel pretty strong.
Yeah.
It's not going to be easy to fight into.
I guess. It's only 10.5 seconds of silence.
And next fight likely to reward the victors with a Roshan. A Little Pleb steps up. Whole team smoked up behind him. See what sort of response comes out from Team Bold in return. Look like Little Pleb feels confident enough to keep hanging onto the tower for now. We'll pull back a little bit. Nullifier done on Gorg, so damage continues to step up. But from both sides, yeah. MKB will be flying out towards Little Pleb. So Medusa, as you know, top spot. I mean, very close here between those at the lead of the net worth this game. But overall, definitely going to be more concerning in the hands of the Medusa. They've managed to get this game to a point where Little Pleb certainly is a huge threat.
Did he just stepped out of the range of... Oh, actually, I'm not even sure what that was. I guess it was just the invis, because that's just invisible. It's hard to tell. I thought they had a sentry down for a second, but that's a dire sentry, so never mind. That is another thing, though. The constant need for detection versus Wind Ranger.
Yeah.
They have Dust on the Pango and the Ricky, so at least they're two mobile supports that are good for that. Also, the Gem being there, too. But also a Gem there on WeHa.
Ooh, smoke up from Team Bold. What's he going to be able to find? Does he want to head into the triangle? It's tempting. Scans been dropped from Ancient Tribe. They're fully aware that Team Bold's looking to enter in towards them from this angle. And they themselves are trying to wrap around.
Are you guys ready for the Ogre Seal Totem Black Hole? Because Melee's is.
Would be pretty... I tell you, he's ready. Pablo's he's definitely going to be ready as well, though. As we've seen time and time again, we'll see here. They're going with the BKB from WeHa. Trying to go for MTD. See if he can continue to get away with this, though, as the right clicks from Little Pleb are adding up. WeHa, he's taken out. Gorg will be able to commit him with the BKB to take down LeBron. But they've lost WeHa. See the snowball coming into play, buying some sort of a chance for Gorg to step back. Black Hole's there, but immediately Pablo's in with the global silence. Gorg still alive, finally gets taken down by MTD's damage, though. MTD continues to chase for him. There'll be a buyback from WeHa, gets the shackle connection onto MTD, but knows that he has to play cautious. Pablo leads in with the curse onto MTD. Dual stepped up into the Sagai Lotus as well. It's going to mean that MTD's going to be having his body flown straight back towards Zip Zapper, and he's actually able to get the blink out off the back of the Lotus Snowball. Doesn't matter, though. WeHa, he's able to get the blink back in aggressively. Just jumps across the river, locks him down. They'll put an end to MTG.
They needed
Team
that kill
Bold,
so
they'll manage
bad.
to take the fight, but it's an expensive one. Having to invest the buyback from Weehaw, at the least, they should have a chance to maybe be able to cover that loss of a buyback with this Roshan if they could secure the Aegis for him.
And that's the key reason why he did it. He just wanted to make sure 100% that they're going to get this Aegis. And this is the best way that your fight can start. Medusa is in the middle, and she's swinging. Obviously, Weehaw trying to rely on the evasion, the invisibility. When he's in the middle of multiple heroes, an MKB, a Scotty on this Medusa, that was not helping at all. There's gems, there's detection. It's all out there right now. But the recovery of this engagement, too. I was a little worried when he bought back. Oh, my God. Did he just get the shard?
I think Little Pleb was able to... No, Weehaw got it. Weehaw was able to pick up everything. He got the kill, he got the Aegis, he got the shard, but you may not have to fight. As that was the Aegis taken out of his hands pretty quickly. He's able to turn it. Actually gets the shackle out onto the two of them. He's now going to try and head out of the pit. Buyback comes into play from Zip Zapper. Pablo stuck on the low ground, will go down, but in fact the jump forward here with the buyback, Zip Zapper, he wants to get straight back in on top of them. And with that lead in, he's able to connect onto LeBron, take him out. Now that turnover was Little Pleb, begging and attempting to hold in position with the overgrowth, but the Lotus Sword thrown out on Little Pleb allows him to dispel it and get back to high ground. He has been ruptured though, falling low, but not low enough for Team Bold to be able to access this triangle and chase him down. So they'll keep Little Pleb alive.
Oh, man. Total chaos. The Aegises are not lasting long today. It feels like they get picked up and they're just gone instantly. And it sort of creates this doldrums effect where no one really knows what to do. The map slows down. The sails, they get furled back up. And we just decide to hang out and farm a little bit more. But that means we get more fun talents. So we got to already pass the damage reduction on Weehaw, so he's being juiced up a little bit further. And then you got Medusa just getting into level 20 as well there with the Stone Gaze duration. So yeah, you can pop some good ultis there. That would be excellent.
We're close to the big item, of course, on Zip Zapper, right? The Aghanims that kick this game, it's going to be fantastic. Whether it's for just sort of separating Medusa from the center of the fight that she wishes to be in, or for comboing with that rupture.
Yeah, let's see. We got Force Staff. We got a kick. Only one Force Staff though. We're not doing any big plays here. No, okay, just one.
He's in. Zip Zapper.
Oh, I guess he's got two. He has a refresher.
They're going to try and go. They use the Global Silence aggressively here. The Lotus causing Little Pleb to go pretty deep here with the snowball. The shards will block them in for now, but they're still sitting pretty healthy, Little Pleb and LeBron. So Team Bold, they'll have to let the tower go. We are looking at the opportunity of getting back in, but he's falling pretty low himself in the HP. So Team Bold will hold back. And he's also very close to his next item, We Are. Despite using the buyback earlier, he still managed to build up that gold, just a recipe away from the MKB. So should have that done, ready for the next team fight. Giving him that extra chance, that extra bit of damage output required to just take down a target during the BKB when he goes in aggressively.
And with that Aghanim's almost done on Zip Zapper, he'll probably purchase it straight out, simply because Weehaw's fully buying out with the MKB, and also he has no buyback on the Tusk anyway. So, we got Rupture, Kick, Double Force Staff. It could be kind of saucy, but again, it's not so much about the cheesy damage, but just the repositioning, like you mentioned before. That's the main thing. Try and separate Medusa from all this helpfulness. But the Wraith Pact has been really solid from LeBron throughout this fight because it's helping in combination with the Nihilism, right? There's so many times where Weehaw is like trying to right-click and he just can't do anything. And when he's actually getting them off, the reductions being there from the Wraith Pact, it's a nice choice to have it on at the 5 Pango, because many 5s can't get into a spot where you can sort of drop it down, but he's able to because of the way the hero functions. So it's been very interesting to watch. But there it is. We'll see what sort of big plays he can do.
Combo time ready to go. Refresher, of course, ready to pop from Pablo, so they'll have a good long duration of the double globals. Ready for the next team fight. We'll see if he can time it nicely. Wants to try and be able to pop the first one, see what sort of dispels are used by Ancient Tribe, so he can wait that out, get the second one in at sort of a time where Ancient Tribe no longer have ways to remove the silences from one another. Nice item found from Gorg if he wants to hold on to that one. Fine. Picks up the Penta Edge.
Still having the life steal as well on Medusa. Little Pleb has the Paladin Sword. They have 2 more items to go here as well. So, I mean, not much that's going to feel that much better, though, that I can imagine.
A very tense time here for both teams. It's a close game in the numbers. 1k gold difference. Oh, he's in, but the smoke screen is going to stop him from immediately getting the kickback. Still, though, the shackles there from WEU onto the turn, and there's a pretty deep kickback over towards the tier 2. But Little Pleb, he's alive, and Melez in with the black hole. He's caught both of them, takes out WEU and Zip Zapper, both out of the game without buyback. There's now Gorg having to pop BKB and TP out. There's nothing to stop him through it, so he will escape. But Team Bold, they'll have to sit back now just with 3 heroes alive for the next 80 seconds.
The black hole finally coming in the clutch there. Then you got Ruptured Medusa. She's just drifted, you know? You get the Gale Force coming for the Wind Ranger, but Medusa's just sitting there and swinging. She's like, thank you for the assist of moving me around here while I get to keep firing across all your allies. And, oh, they even find him in the trees. Bengen, gone.
He has got buyback, but even with him back in action, it's not going to be an easy hold with the 3 heroes that Team Bold have. They'll at least have to let this tier 3 go. Now this is going to be a pretty heavy push from Ancient Tribe. As they're jumping forward, they get the Sleep Dart set up with the 4 staffs there. Pablo able to break Gorg away from the follow-up combo just in time. Ancient Tribe, they're toying with the idea of going for the game. They're poking at the tier 4s, living armor, providing some protection. They just need to buy time, Team Bold, for the rest of their heroes to get back alive. They need Zip Zapper and WEU to provide some sort of help for the hold. As the Yule set up after the Hex, they're going to look for Gorg. Gorg's caught by the stun. In with the rolling thunder. They're trying to force Gorg back to safety, but he will fall. Gorg has got buyback, but Pablo does not. He's now out for a minute. Gorg buys back. Ancient Tribe, they're onto the final tier 4 tower. We've seen them start to respect the buyback from Gorg. 10 seconds until Zip Zapper's back in play, but no, they're straight in onto Gorg. They move in, they've got the Hex, Gorg. There's nothing to be done to save him. As Gorg goes down, the push continues. Zip Zapper's back up. They have fortification, so they'll be able to slow the push a little bit. WEU's back in a few seconds, but now it's the turn of WEU, Bengen, and Zip Zapper to see if they can defend 3 versus 5. And here's the attempt. Zip Zapper's in with the BKB, but to avoid the immediate kickback, MTD uses himself up. WEU jumps in, but immediately gets caught by the Hex. And stunned there as well. The Snowball will break him out of the follow-up, but they've tapped out. GG is called by Team Bold. They know they can no longer stop this.